We have been with the churches, people living with HIV, and theological institutions for the last 12 years. And one thing that we have been doing is to listen to what the people are saying, what are the real issues. And for now, as we continue to work with the young people living with HIV, they are really asking for comprehensive sexuality education, which includes issues of reproductive health, rights, and justice. We were challenged by men that they wanted to understand how they are socialized. Why do they become violent? What is it? So there has been that quest among the men. And so we have been working with men. We have worked on sexual gender-based violence with men, on transformative masculinities became the way of looking for the solution. One of our latest publications is Transformative Masculinity Manual through contextual Bible studies, because we have found contextual Bible studies methodology a very interactive, effective way of engaging difficult issues from the Bible. Men are looking for positive role models. And the Bible, some of the figures in the Bible are quite complex, like King David. They want to unpack him and take what is good out of him. Many of African mothers bring the children single-handedly. Many of the fathers are absent, sometimes completely absent, sometimes they are present but not engaged. But that doesn't mean we haven't seen men who are fully engaged and who are doing a good job as fathers, as husbands, as brothers, as uncles. Because Africa has had the heaviest burden of the pandemic. We have also done so much to come up with effective interventions. And people want us to share our stories and our experiences, our successes, but also where we haven't done very well, so that other regions can share. But we also want to learn from them. One area where we want to learn from others is how to work and accompany people who are the sexual minorities, but also people who injected drugs, and people who work with sex workers. Those are three areas where we feel we can learn from other continents, but we have to discover who our partners are in those other continents as we move into the future. As we engage with people and listen, we still hear a very, very clear voice that stigma is still a big problem. Whether you are talking of people living with HIV, there are still churches, there are still individuals who are not comfortable. And sometimes when you engage further, you discover it's because they don't have the information. I wouldn't want to say that the churches have got there. Some are doing a good job, but many are still struggling to deal with stigma. And I think part of the reason is because stigma is not just related to HIV. There are these other issues where we continuously stigmatize people and refuse to accept people for who they are. We believe that we have a role to play in making sure we have life-giving theologies, ethics, liturgies, and even our prayers. You can stigmatize people as you pray. So these are the things that we are trying to say. We have this unique element of faith, and sometimes our faith has not been life-giving. And so that's where we go deeper into not just saying we are a Christian church. We want to unpack what does that mean? What does the Bible mean? I think this cooperation with the Ecumenical Advocacy Alliance and the worldwide WCA is very critical for us, because our work has not involved explicit advocacy, because we left that to EAA. So that is a very good thing to do, to collaborate. The worldwide WCA has this large catchment area of young women. And we know many of these young women struggle with their faith, particularly when it comes to issues of sexuality and reproduction. So we want to engage. We know we have them in the churches, but the Y also has a way of getting them engaged. And I think that collaboration for me is very exciting. And I hope we will continue together.